and welcome back to this episode 37 of the Temporal Adventures of Lobsang Lud. Here we are again with the USS Stitch in Time, Lobsang Lud ship, still in the Kuda system, out in the back end of nowhere, having finished with the Borg for now, and it's time to get back to our temporal roots a little. So we're going now for a mission that was, or used to be, early on in the chain, but had been reshuffled out of order. So we're going to finish that off to finish off a lot of the chains. And also to get our last main story temporal probe.
We've detected an anomaly in the Azure Nebula. Because of the Tholian activity in that area, we're concerned that they may be attempting to open a rift to the mirror universe. I need a ship to go out there and check it out.
Okay, so we've got Captain Geordi LaForge. Clearly been demoted down from Commodore for some reason. For those of you watching Picard, we're recording this, we're still waiting on the final episode. I'm not going to spoil it anymore. We're going to go to the Azure Nebula, which is located in the Beta Quadrant, and investigate an anomaly. That will get some experience points, some expertise, a support cruiser, ambassador, yesterday's Enterprise uniform, and some dilithium ore. And because this is giving you us a Tier 3 ship, a Commander's level ship, this is where it used to be in the original order, is in with the Commander level stuff. But along with when they messed up all their timelines, this is one of the things that got moved. So we're on our way to the Azure Nebula then. The Azure Nebula is down here by New Romulus. Isn't that fun? Okay. Nice long journey there down to the Azure Nebula. Let's start Temple Ambassador in this pretty blue nebula. Captain, Starfleet Command reports that a space-time anomaly has been seen in this area of space. With the Tholian activity in this region, they wanted us to check it out and see what we can learn. I have it on sensors, sir. Locking in coordinates now. Right, let's go and investigate that anomaly. And there's a Tholian recluse there. Prep our weapons, just in case. Bring us up smartly. Oh, well, there's the recluse. That was odd. I'm no longer detecting anything in front of us, but I'm picking up a similar, or possibly the same anomaly at a new location. I've updated the coordinates on the helm. Right, helmsman, take us to him. Wells class. Identify the ship, Tarsi. See, we got no information on a Wells class there, only that it's some kind of Starfleet vessel. But it's very small. It happened again. The anomaly has jumped to a new location. It can't keep doing this forever, sir. You just need to get close enough for a sensor sweep. Helm, bring us about. Sir, reading a D7 battle cruiser now. D7? We haven't used those in years. D7's from our time. Things are looking curious. Not again. Science team is working on extending active sensor range, Captain. New coordinates locked in. Helm, bring us about. Take us to it. Reading an ambassador class now? Ambassador class? Almost as old as a D7. Well, not quite. Those of you who haven't decided to refresh your Starfleet classes, an ambassador class is about 50 years old, maybe a bit older, in the 2330s. So actually about 70 years old. It's hard doing this time traveling so much, you lose track of time. The anomaly is holding steady at its current location, sir. Scanners are ready to use on your orders. Go ahead, scan the anomaly. Further, Stitching Time requesting permission to dock at Tholian Base. Permission granted. You are authorized for docking Bay 3. What? Where are we? Where am I? Why is this so smoky?
Listen closely. We don't have a lot of time. You're coming out of a neural mind cloak. It was necessary to establish your cover identity with the Tholians. That identity is now being replaced by your own.
What? What? Explain yourself.
My name is Noi. Like you, I'm from another time, a time traveler. I was a researcher on a prototype time ship when the Dominion found my homeworld. Their invasion was swift and merciless. They slaughtered millions, including my wife and unborn daughter. I escaped in the Clouda, my time ship. Since then, I've been looking for a point in time where I could make a change and undo this tragedy.
And this point in time is here? And now?
Yes, there's a ship being held here by the Tholians. If we can return it to its proper time, we'll undo the tyranny of the Tholians and the Dominion. We'll bring an end to decades of slavery and suffering. I'm not alone on this. Speak to Yar and Castillo. They know the truth.
What'll happen if I make these changes?
My projections show radical changes to the timeline. The Tholians become a minor power. The Dominion is contained. But specifics are always very difficult to see. What you should be asking yourself is, could it possibly be any worse?
I kind of see your point somewhat, but tell me about Yar and Castillo.
They've been displaced in time. They're from years in the past. They believe that returning to their past will prevent the collapse of the galactic powers that could defeat the Dominion. They seek to undo our tragic fall into servitude.
Alright, that's enough. It sounds crazy. I'm not saying I believe you, but I'll take on board what you say.
Do you have a question?
I'm back with the Techosite shipment.
Thank you, Captain. The Tholian Assembly appreciates your loyalty. So many ship captains threw away their lives needlessly in the days after they annexed this area of space. It'll take a few hours to offload your cargo. Feel free to grab a hot meal in the commissary. I know that comforts can be hard to come by in this sector. I recommend the plomeek soup. It almost tastes like something.
Thanks.
Do you need anything else?
Yeah, tell me about yourself.
My name is Franklin Drake. I was born on a little colony world on the edge of Cardassian space. After the Federation fell to the Klingons, a lot of people moved out of the war zones to try to make new lives. It worked. For a while. When the Bajorans discovered that wormhole and the Dominion invaded, no world, no matter how remote, was safe. I signed on to help fight the Dominion, for all the good that did. The Dominion swallowed the Bajorans whole, and then joined up with the Breen and the Cardassians to destroy the Klingons and the Romulans. After that, it was just a matter of carving up the Alpha Quadrant.
Yeah, I know.
The Tholians got this piece of space in exchange for signing a non-aggression pact with the Dominion. It wasn't hard to see that the only way to survive was to sign on. Now I'm like you. I work for the Tholians, and in exchange I get a cot, a couple of replicated meals, and the chance to live for one more day. With a little luck, I'll get through tomorrow, too. Do you need anything else?
No, that'll do. Hello. Oh. Tell me about yourself. I'm Yaws. I've been here about 6 weeks now, working in the cargo bays. I'm pretty good at fixing stuff, even the worn-out junk the Tholians gave us. You look familiar. So do you. Have you been in any other work camps in this sector? Nope. Well, I better go. Get something to eat. Bye-bye. Maybe this guy knows what's going on. Wait, they're 10?
Hello.
Tell me about yourself.
For all I know, you could be informing on me to the Tholians. But if I don't answer, you'll probably tell them I'm hiding something. Fine. My name is Tatan. I was born on Romulus. After the war, I signed on to a freighter crew working the Bolian run. My captain got in trouble with the Tholians, and I ended up here. I'm a true and loyal servant of the Tholians, and I don't want any trouble. Now go away and leave me alone. I have work to do.
Okay, calm your jets.
Don't bother me.
Fine, I won't. Jimmy, which way to the commissary? Which way? Back this way? Okay, thank you. There's some tronium gas here I collected and sell on the black market. That'll help me prove I'm not crazy. Hey, who are you? You look familiar.
It's too bright in here.
Tell me about myself. Hey, wait a minute. Isn't that the snitch? The one who tried to turn us in? You know, back in Colosseum on episode 27? 10 episodes on and here you are again. Why, I order.
Why? Why would you care about me? No one cares about me. I don't even care anymore. Go away.
Fine. I don't care about you. I just wanted to see if you were the same scumbag who tried to sell us out to Kiev and the Romulans.
Go away. And leave me alone.
I will. Just want some gossip is all. Hello. Tell me about yourself. I'm Tarsi, but most people around here call me Chief. I do a little bit of everything. Security, ship work, cargo hauling, anything that pays and will get me to the next port. You look familiar. Yeah, I've seen you around. Weren't you the one caught cheating in that Tongo game on Drozana? Heard that Ferengi had his Nausicaan buddies break your arms. How long were you out of action? I don't want to talk about it. Fine. You seem to know more about me than I know about you, but that's fine. How about you? You know any good gossip? No? Then tell me about yourself. Chatty little bugger, aren't you?
Have we met?
I don't know. Tell me about yourself and we'll decide if we have.
You're just asking to be polite, aren't you? I find idle chatter so tedious these days. Still, it's a way to pass the time. My name is Rugen Skyle. I used to be a member of the Cardassian government until I had a conflict with a rival faction. Politics on my world can be quite cutthroat. Now I'm here. It's better than execution, but only just. The food here is terrible, and the company is worse.
You look like Garrick. You kind of say you're supposed to be Garrick, but you don't sound like Garrick.
Another question?
No, I'm good. Don't want any government collaborators near me. How about you?
Yes?
You look familiar. Can you tell me who you are?
My name is Tanae, and for many years I served in Starfleet. After the war was lost, I joined a resistance movement attempting to liberate the core worlds. We failed. We were able to keep the Klingons at bay, but not the Dominion and their allies. After the Breen destroyed Earth and the Dominion occupied Betazed, continued resistance was illogical. Against all reason, we continued our fight as our resistance cells fell, one by one. You might say I was one of the fortunate ones. I survived. I would not agree. Do you require anything else?
No, I don't like to be around people wallowing in self-pity like that. How about you? Have you got any good gossip or info?
How can I assist you?
Got any good gossip? If not, just tell me a story about yourself to pass on the news around the sector.
I'm Valkel Shawn, captain of the Belfast. I run freight for the Tholians. Basic supplies, mostly. But once in a while, they need me to pick up dilithium from the mines on Remus. We're in dock here for a few days getting some repairs done. Cut too close to the Konos blast zone on my last trip back and ran into some raiders. They won't trouble anyone again. But they fused half my power conduits and fried the deflector before I managed to take them out.
That sounds scary.
If there's anything else you need, let me know.
If I find anything else I do need, I will let you know. How about you? You seem like you might have a good story in you.
I will be free.
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Obasek. Once my people served the Romulans. Now we have new masters. I will serve her now, because to refuse would be my death. But when the time is right, we'll rise up against our oppressors and destroy them. If you would be free, watch for an opportunity. The Tholians will show their weakness soon enough.
Warning, I heeded.
Do not waste my time.
Fine, I won't. I just wanted to know if you had any stories or good gossip. But I won't waste your time. Well, slim conversational pickings. Got it then, I'll just go get my meal and eat in silence. Human Dietary Supplement 47.
I haven't seen you around here before, Captain.
What happened to my hands?
Got a minute to talk?
Sure, I guess. I'm kind of new here, so I just want to talk to people and get a feel for the place.
I know. I asked around about you, and I don't know if I'm supposed to be telling you this, but I need your help. You're not supposed to be here. None of us are. Not in this timeline, I mean. My ship, my crew, we were supposed to do something important. We went through an anomaly, moved through time, and everything changed.
Really?
We tried to go back. I guess the battle with the Klingons disrupted the anomaly. Instead of getting back where we belong, we ended up here with the Tholians running everything. I'd never even seen a Tholian before. You have to help us set things right. You have to help us get back to our ship.
What are you talking about? Who's this us?
Me and my crew. There are a little over 100 of us here, scattered throughout the work camp. We're about 65 years ahead of where we should be, according to my math. We were fighting the Romulans. This was back in 2344. And the weapons discharges caused a temporal rift. We passed through, and because we weren't at Narendra to do what we were supposed to do, the timeline changed.
Or maybe it restored itself. I don't know. Temporal mechanics, I mean, phew.
We ended up in a timeline where the Federation and the Klingon Empire were at war, and the Federation was losing, badly. We tried to go back to set things right, but then the Klingons found us and the Enterprise D, and there's someone here with us from that timeline. Her name is Tasha. I'll take you to her. Maybe she can help explain this.
Okay. Who needs to eat anyway? What's that? This is wrong stuff. You okay? Hey buddy, you okay?
This place isn't what it's supposed to be.
You okay? Who are you? There's somebody I need to contact? You don't feel well or something?
My name is Neelan. I'm an Alorian. Some people would call me a wanderer. I go from place to place, listening to the universe, to the people, and then I look at you and this place and I can't explain it, but it's wrong, all of it. You're not supposed to be here. None of us are.
Why not?
Something's not right here.
So can you tell us where we are supposed to be? What's supposed to happen?
I can't see it clearly. I just know that something is wrong. That woman over there, does she have a daughter? Someone named Sela. I know that's important, but there are a lot of other things. I'm sorry, it's difficult to put into words. What I can tell you is that if someone asks for your help, give it. That will set things right.
It will? If you say so.
Something's not right here.
Yeah, you're telling me. Was this her?
Got a minute to talk?
So, you never actually told me about yourself. Right. Believe her, I want to know about you.
Call me Castillo. Not a lot to tell, I guess. I'm Lieutenant J.G. Richard Castillo, Helm Officer of the USS Enterprise C, an unwilling time traveler. I'm normally the Helm Officer, but I'm Senior Officer now that Captain Garrett and the rest of the senior staff are gone. I've got to do what the Captain would want. Get us back to where we belong, and finish what we set out to do.
Okay.
I know this is hard to accept, but we're not supposed to be here.
Fine, fine. You, him, everybody else is telling me that. I'll provisionally accept that it's a possibility, okay? Let me see what this person brought me to listen to says.
We need your help.
Well, who are you, first of all, before I start listening to you?
My name is Tasha Yar. I was Chief Tactical Officer of the USS Enterprise D. In my timeline, we were fighting a war against the Klingons, and I was proud to do my part to protect the Federation. What I learned, though, in the correct timeline, history as it should be, I died a meaningless death. I accepted the risks when I put on the uniform, and I don't regret what happened. But if I'm going to die, I want it to mean something. That's why I chose to go back with the Enterprise C.
Okay.
I know this is a lot to accept, but you have to trust us.
Fine, fine. Tell me what you think's going on here, then.
I'm from Starfleet, and if I'm right, that's a name that should ring bells with you as well. In an alternate timeline from this one, the correct one, Starfleet is still alive and well, and you're a Starfleet officer too. When the Enterprise C moved ahead in time, it created an alternate timeline, one in which I was alive but shouldn't have been. I left with the Enterprise to set things right.
Okay.
We thought we were returning to the Narendra system in 2344 to defend the Klingon colony there from a Romulan attack. We ended up in this nebula in 2409. The Tholians caught us before we could try again, and you can guess the rest. We're going to try to restore the timeline, but to do so, we need the Enterprise C. It's still in the hangar here, and as soon as we get back to her, we'll find the temporal rift and get back to where and when we're supposed to be. To do that, we need your help.
Okay. Count me in, I guess. What do you need me to do?
Franklin Drake is already helping us. He managed to get an access key used to operate the systems in the hangar control room. We need you to get the code from Drake and use it to open the doors to the hangar control room. I'd go myself, but we've already been here a week. The Tholians know we're trying to get back to the ship. They're watching us. But you're new. They won't suspect you're involved. That's the idea, at least.
Okay. Doesn't seem like the best plan.
Of course, it's not as simple as getting the code and opening the door. The Tholians have guards on all critical areas. You'll need to slip past the guards and get into the maintenance tunnels. From there, it's a winding maze to the hangar control room, which can only be unlocked from the inside. Once you get in, you'll be able to open the doors. We'll be waiting there to help you free the Enterprise.
Okay, fine. Well, I'm in, I guess. What now?
Here, take this communicator. It's on a scrambled frequency the Tholians don't monitor, and it'll allow me to contact you while you're on the move. Maybe you can convince someone to cause a distraction. That might make slipping past the guards into the tunnels easier.
All right, I'll try. I'm a silver-tongued devil after all. If there's anybody up here I can convince. Do I know you? Tell me about yourself, and I'll tell you if you do. My name is Daz. I've served on a few ships, but cargo haulers don't need science officers, so it's harder to find a berth these days. You don't know of a ship that's looking for crew, do you? I'm willing to work hard. I'll even cook if that's what the ship needs. Anything to get out of this work camp. Well, for a science officer, you're clearly brilliant. That has forgotten we have replicators. Don't need a cook. You ask a lot of questions, don't you? Yes, I do. I must say, you do look familiar. I get that a lot. I must have one of those faces. Fine, I'll leave you be then. If I find of a ship that needs a cook and doesn't have a replicator, then I'll let you know. Okay, I'll tell them your name. Until then, bye. How about you? You look like you might be good for a distraction.
What do you want?
Ooh, chill your jets, buddy. I want you to tell me about yourself, and, maybe we can do a little favor for each other.
My name is Bavat. Before the Tholians conquered the Empire, I was the leader of a great house. I sat on the High Council and spoke for the Empire on more than a dozen worlds. None of that matters now. The past is nothing to a slave. I will die here in service to the Tholians, just like you will.
Oh, well, that's charming.
Ask your questions!
I already did. You seem like you've already given up and ready to die. I thought that was against Klingon honor. I will turn my back on you, Patak. Maybe this guy can be conned. Oh, it's a Ferengi. Wonder if he can be bought to distract people.
You looking for something?
It depends. Tell me about yourself, and I'll see if the price might be right.
I'm Ferric. Wheeling and dealing is my game. At least it was, until the webheads put a stop to any trade that doesn't benefit them. Still, I know how to get a few things. You looking for bonus replicator rations? Maybe a bottle of authentic pre-war Romulan ale? If you've got something to trade, I've got what you need.
If you say so.
Hey, I got things to do here.
Fine, I'll leave you alone. I mean, I had a profitable opportunity, but you don't seem like you've got the lobes for it. Well, we got an accolade. It said what it was for. Talk to everybody in an alternate timeline. Okay. Fair enough. See then if we can get this key off Franklin Drake. How about you? Maybe you go?
This place isn't what it's supposed to be.
Nope, just the same old stuff. Okay. run in case it triggers off the webheads, as Eric called them.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, Yarn Castillo said you had a key for me. Take it. Here's a map too. You'll need it in the tunnels. I'm not working the big picture here, but my records say you're a temporary refugee from the 23rd century. Yarn Castillo is stranded out of time too. Maybe together you can put back something resembling a time worth living in. Okay, sure. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I'll take the risks. I mean, clearly you can't be trusted to.
Do you need anything else?
No. We'll see what that guy waving at me wants, if anything. Or he's going to be the same rants as before. What, you're waving at me?
Listen closely. We don't have a lot of time. My name is Noi. Yes, there's a ship being...
Okay, he's not going to distract us. He's too busy stuck in his own little temporal mind loop, it looks like. Oh, now I've got to try and convince them. I can't convince them. Around. Maybe. Hey, would you like to make some gold? Press Platinum, Ferret?
You looking for something?
Can I get you to create a diversion for us? We need to reach the control room.
Do I look like a soldier? I wouldn't take on those Tholian goons, not even if you paid me all the gold-pressed platinum in the sector.
Wow. And they say that opportunity plus platinum equals profit. What kind of Ferengi are you that doesn't like profit? Sorry to have bothered you. How about you, Mr. Honourable Klingon, sir?
What do you want?
Could I get you to create a diversion for us so we could reach the control room? You know, lots of honor in it.
I may be a Klingon, but I am not a fool. Kahless once talked about a man who stepped outside to battle a storm. Kahless went to this man and asked him why he didn't seek shelter. And the man replied that he would stand before the wind and make it respect him. Kahless honored his choice and went inside. The man died. The wind does not respect a fool, and neither do the Tholians. I will not commit suicide, so you can make a pointless attempt at escape.
Wow, you really have become a coward. The wind does not respect anyone. Tholians are not the wind. They are not inanimate objects. You have lost what it takes to become Klingon. I'm sorry to have bothered you, It will not happen again. Let's try the Cardassians now. They are sneaky and conniving enough. Well, the Cardassian and the Reman. They're both conniving enough to be good for a distraction.
I will be free.
Then help us to be free. Can you create a diversion for us so we can make us all free?
Your plan is foolhardy. If you want to die, do it without my assistance.
Sorry to have bothered you, but we thought you wanted to be free. Clearly you want to be under the yoke of the Tholians some more and just talk a big game. Councillor Garrett, whoever you are, your mind crisis is.
Have we met?
But I get you to create a diversion for us so we can reach the control room, using your particular set of skills.
And what do I get for risking my life for you? Nothing, that's what. Not even a drop of Kanar. Find someone else to do your bidding, Captain. I don't take orders from anyone.
Except the Tholians. You seem very willing to take orders from them. We would have gotten you free, but clearly you're not interested in free. You're interested in comfort and simplicity, and doing what you're told. Sorry to have bothered you. And just leaves that boastful guy from the Belfast. Ugh. Fine, see what he has to say.
How can I assist you?
How about you? Can you create a diversion for us? I mean, if it's possible. We just need to reach the control room.
I don't remember the Federation, or Starfleet. The war was almost over before I was born. This is the only life I know. One of servitude, deprivation, loss. I want something better. That freedom my parents and grandparents told me about. I want the Federation back. I'll help. Just tell me what you need.
I need a distraction. I already told you.
Hey! Get down here, you big salt shaker! Freedom! One puncture, and you'll freeze! Fight me! Let's rock!
I hope he's okay.
Well done. Those maintenance tunnels are a maze. They make navigating the Jeffries tubes on the Enterprise look easy. I recommend using the map to keep track of where you've been, what doors lead away from which room, and where you are currently.
Okay, I will. I know how a map works. Okay, the map is here. Alright. Let's start by going left. Oh, this is simple enough.
We've hit a snag. There are Tholians in the control room. When they're in there, they pump in a Tholian-friendly atmosphere and raise the temperature. It will kill us if we try to enter. You'll need to replace the methane-based atmosphere with something we can breathe and lower the ambient temperature in the control room before we can continue as planned.
Why would the Tholians put a system in place that could create a hostile environment for them and kill them?
The Tholians are very precise. They want to learn everything they can about the ships they're capturing. All rooms connected to the hangars have their atmospheres exchanged to prevent damage to the systems they're dismantling for study. Also, sometimes they force humanoids to do the work for them, so they'll pump in something we can handle.
Okay, that kind of makes sense, I guess. Hey, who's this? Looks like she's still alive. No? He's dead, Jim. Who's Jim? Fine, where are we on this map? We're at dead ends. We need to go back to where we started from. Right. This is where we started from. So, we need to go forwards then. Keep her on this outside wall for now. Let's check the map. This one and this one. Well, let's keep her on the outside wall to start with. And keep to the wall. Won't get lost. Search this crate. We're in a dead end. Okay. Impulse engines. Not exactly what we needed, but okay. I'm gonna feel if we take this thing, it may end up the same place as that previous junction, so try it and see. Yes, yes it is, okay. Let's close the methane gas vents. Vent the control room atmosphere so it doesn't, now that we won't let it refill. And then put some oxygen in there instead. We're going to go south on our map. Okay. Guess if we kept going left, we would have gotten here sooner. Without the engines, I guess. Let's lower this temperature. Now, they're dead, Jim. Yeah, we screwed up by not following to the left side each time, so let's keep to the left this time. Where are we on this map? Hey, that might take us out, I guess. No, just the wisest Tribble. Oh dear. Maybe this is just the time stuff, the time travel messing with my head still, and that mental block that Noy talked about. But, Elder Tribble, please share your wisdom. The Tribble coos for a moment and then rolls gently towards you looking for food. You realize you're talking to a Tribble. Maybe you've been in these access tunnels too long, or maybe it's the gas fuel. Yes, why did I think that was going to work? That was silly of me, wasn't it? Ah, so now we should have taken that right turn that time. Okay. Alright. Gotta say though, these aren't exactly the most complicated tunnels. I don't know what y'all was talking about with that complicated. There's been a grand total of what? 3 junctions? And they just make a loop. We're on the map now. Okay. Looks like we've got our way out. Wow, we're out. So that's the Enterprise, eh? Let's let them in. Come on. Hey, there's a temporal anomaly there.
We don't have much time.
Yeah, but I need to collect this. Oh, of course it's this. Alright, let's see. First digit is in a 1. There's a 1 somewhere. There's no 2s. The first one is A3. Second one is not a 2. Not a 1, rather. Okay, there are no more 3s. So it's a 4. So the last one's either going to be a 3 or a 4 or a 5? No, a 1 or a 4 or a 5. Okay, so change the 4th digit. Is it going to be a 4? It is. Okay, 3414. The information in this probe is enormous. It seems to point to some kind of temporal war, one between the now-defunct Federation and the Nakul. The Nakul seem to have won. The Federation, after all, is long gone. The Nakul records indicate that in a different timeline, their home star system was destroyed by the Tholians with the aid of a futuristic device. But without the Federation, that device was never invented, and thus it was never taken to the past. I'm going to make a copy of this for whatever it's worth. I mean, if this gambit works, this town will never exist, but this data will be invaluable. Get some components too. Cool. Okay, fine. I'm coming. Okay. Can I go back in the tunnels? No. I'm done crawling around. Okay. Talk to you, Miss Yar.
We don't have much time.
What's your speciality?
I know a few tricks to take that tractor beam system offline. I'm also fairly confident that with enough time, I can release the docking clamps holding the ship or take down the Tholian's web shielding.
Okay.
We don't have much time.
So, what should I have her do? I tell you what, since I don't like your tone, you can do the ship's power levels. What about you?
I am here to assist. What do you require?
What's your specialty?
My first posting in Starfleet was to an ambassador-class vessel. I am familiar with most of the ship's systems, but I spent several months working on a refit of the ship's computer. I am confident I can restore the ship's power levels quickly. Also, I do have some experience with Tholian technology from my time in the Resistance. If you prefer, I could attempt to deactivate the web shield or tractor beams.
Nah, well...
I am here to assist.
You know what? I think you can do the
What do you
docking
require?
clamps. You can do the docking clamps. What about you?
We need to work together. What do you want me to do?
Power siphon is
I was the
disconnected.
helm officer on the Enterprise before everything went to hell. But I'm really handy with heavy machinery, like those clamps holding the ship. I know I can take care of those and get us free. If you need me to do something else, maybe I could work on that web shield. It will need to come down before we can fly out of here. Or the ship's power. I know every inch of the old girl. If I could figure out the Tholian interface, I might be able to connect to the ship and restore the power remotely. We need to work together. What do you want me to do?
You know what? You can disable the tractor beam. Guess I'll work on what's left.
Reinitializing warp drive.
Well, I got the webbing down. Why haven't you lot done everything? Come on. Oh, they're so slow.
Power levels are returning to normal.
Finally. How about you? You almost done yet? Oh, I could have done this myself quicker. Okay, good. Those docking clamps are coming away now. I'm just waiting on Pretty Boy here to finish with these tractor beams. In your own time, Mr. Castile. I mean, I don't know what kind of thing passed for work in 2344 or wherever. But I know in my time, 2359, we didn't do that kind of slow work. And let's get on.
She's quite a ship. It's too bad we'll have to sacrifice her to restore the timeline. I thought you deactivated all the security protocols.
I thought he did too. You know, it wasn't me. I'm doing the whole jailbreaking. You know, your plan. I'd have expected you to have done these security protocols, not me. I mean, that's too much to ask, I guess.
Do you want me to do that for you? I know a few things about force fields.
I'm sure you do. But if you knew so much about them, why hadn't you already not done them? You know, we could have done it while we were waiting for Castile to play around with the tractor beams.
Having trouble? You do know that we could have Tholians swarming us any minute, right?
Oh, shut up! Now I know why Picard wanted to let you die.
I thought we took care of everything. Starfleet Protocol 547C clearly states that...
I don't think the Tholians have heard of Protocol 547C.
All I can say is, #Armus did nothing wrong. Get on board. Well, let's get out of here.
Captain, I'm detecting Tholian mesh weavers headed for our position.
Right. Guess we're gonna have to take them out.
Tholian orb weavers on an intercept course. Tholian recluses moving into weapons range, sir. I recommend evasive action. Tholian tarantula on sensors.
Hit them, Castile. Well, I shouldn't have to tell you about this.
A ship just appeared out of nowhere and destroyed that Tholian tarantula. I've never seen a ship of that configuration before, or one with that kind of firepower.
Looks like you could use some help.
Who are you? Terran cruiser?
We took a hit. Phasers are partially offline. We'll need to work together to take out this last ship.
Inventory full.
The way is clear, and the temporal anomaly has been stabilized. Head for the anomaly, Enterprise. It will put you back where you need to be.
Who are you? How do you know where we need to be?
That's my job. The details aren't important. Restoring the timeline is. Get moving. The Tholians are already starting to regroup.
Okay, we'll get there in just as soon as we get rid of this cruiser. Hey, set course that anomaly. There it is. Push it. Ooh, what? Where am I? What am I doing here? Who are you?
I'm sure you've realized by now, you're part of a very different timeline. This one is an aberration that we are here to correct. It would be irresponsible of us to let you go back in time with the Enterprise C, and compromise that timeline as well.
What are you going to do with me then? You with Daniels?
We'll send you back to your time.
Which time?
There are still some very important events in the 25th century that you need to be a part of.
So how do I get back?
As soon as the Enterprise C returns to its correct place in history, the timeline should right itself.
That's strange, sir. I thought I had something on sensors, but it has gone. Everything is quiet, no Tholians or other ships within range, and the anomaly Starfleet Command wanted us to investigate isn't here either. We can depart on your orders, sir. Alright, let's leave the system, let's leave the nebula. I guess we better report in that this mission was a big dud. Nothing at all to report. Or nothing of consequence to be found.
There wasn't anything there. That's strange.
Yeah, that's what we thought. Thanks for this wild goose chase sending us halfway across the Alpha Quadrant for something that wasn't actually there. But we know differently, don't we?
Congratulations, Admiral.
We gained use of a new ship for our Admiralty campaigns. The UV-10. Don't do Admiralty, but there we are. We've reached top level, 65 now. So, voila. And with that, a good point as any to end this episode. Having conquered some interesting temporal anomalies, we have now also completed all the temporal probes. We can actually claim this now. So, if you've enjoyed this video, please do hit like and hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed to get notifications of future videos as they come out. And until next time, have a great week, have a great time, be safe, be happy, live long and prosper, and we'll see you then for the next temporal adventures of Lobsang Lud. Bye for now.